Hey everybody, BryanJuell here, Realtor in Camarillo, California with Best in Show Realty. You can find my contact information in the description below. Also, if you've got any questions or any comments, please leave those in the questions and comments area. I'd love to know what questions I can answer to be a resource for you guys. So please leave those questions for me and I will hopefully address them in a future broadcast. Today, I'm going to address some general questions of the home buying process. Now, first-time buyers, this may be of particular importance to you, but if you bought a home already, maybe this is a refresher or whatever. Go through a few questions and give you some brief answers. How much house can I afford? Well, the way you're going to find out how much house you can afford is you're going to do a pre-qualification with a lender or a pre-approval. And when you do that, they're going to let you know based on how much money you make, financial information that you commit to them or that you provide for them. They're going to let you know how much money they will commit to you in a loan. You combine that with how much you're going to put down, and when you combine that with the total value of how much house you can afford based on that lender. Is buying a better option than renting? I've touched on this in a previous video. To me, it all depends how long you're going to be in that house for. If it's a short amount of time, you're not going to be there super long. Markets always kind of go up and down, but they go up kind of at a steady pace over a long period of time. If you know you're going to be in that house for a very short amount of time, you may want to consider renting to be a more viable option. If you know you're going to be in that house for quite a bit of time, or at least you assume you're going to be, then I would consider buying to be your best bet, because over the length of time, those market fluctuations will average out to give you a nice linear appreciation line, most likely. Between pre-qualification and a pre-approval. A pre-qualification with a lender is just basic information, and they give you a basic pre-qualification. A pre-approval is much stronger and a much better commitment from a lender of how much money they'll lend you, because they have actually checked out your financial assets, checked out your job, your pay stubs, all those things have been checked when you have a pre-approval. So pre-approval is much stronger. And if you write offers with pre-approvals as opposed to pre-qualifications, your offer will be that much stronger. And when you're writing offers, especially in a competitive market like we've got right now, you want as strong of an offer as possible. So if you can, and if you're cognizant of that, get a pre-approval as opposed to a pre-qualification. That'll make your offer stronger. Speaking of offers, how do I make an offer on a house? If you go to a house and you like what it looks like, you contact a realtor or your realtor, and you simply let them know this house. For some reason, people don't really quite know what to do once they get to that step. They go look at a house and they're like, oh, we like it. They talk amongst themselves, but they really aren't sure. And some realtors, they don't want to push you. Like, I wouldn't want to push you. Nobody wants to really pressure clients into making decisions. The house, and they might really want to offer on it, but they don't know how, and they don't realize that they need to say they want to offer on it, and they end up not offering. I hope that doesn't happen more than I think it does, but I think it happens quite often. So just let your realtor know, I'd like to make an offer on that house, and they will. That is their job. They will draw up the paperwork. They'll have you sign a few documents and disclosures, and you'll make the offer. Now, once you make the offer, this is another thing I've touched on in another video, is if you just make an offer on a house, do you have to follow through with that purchase? No, there are contingencies that are in place in case the property turns out not to be exactly what you want. Utilize an inspection contingency to get out if that's the case, but that's another video, so please check that one out. What happens at closing? Basically, closing draws the contract together along with some closing costs, finalizes the contract. It is escrow is a mutual third party that has no ties to either one of you, but they want to bring two different parties together to complete a transaction. And then finally, when do I get the keys? When you negotiate the contract and you write the offer, one of the items that is agreed upon. And so when you're doing that, you'll agree to possession, and you will get possession. You'll get the keys when you're supposed to, based on the agreement in the purchase contract. All right, leave me some questions. Thanks a lot. See you next time.